Hey guys, this is Nathan, and welcome back to Sky Factory. So, between episodes, I have been doing tons of research and scanning of items. I've gone through almost my entire AE system and scanned almost everything that I have in there. I have also gone around, scanned a whole bunch of other stuff around the world. But we have a whole bunch of new research notes that I didn't have before. And I went through and made a whole bunch of these research notes to be finished. So what I want to do here is add all these in so we've got tons of them. And want to get all of these added to my Thermo Nomicon. So I don't know why it does that sometimes. It won't update. But we're going to add all of these in. A lot of them. The Ring of Nutrition, I'm kind of looking forward to that one. I think it makes it to where we don't have to eat. So we'll take a look at our Thermo Nomicon here, and that should have given us tons of new stuff to research. So, deconstruction table. Interesting. Go ahead and grab that. Research Mastery. Forbidden Knowledge. Mostly harmless. I don't know if I even want to mess with that. But we'll grab it just the same. Node Najar? Absolutely, because we have a lot of nodes that I've found over in our in the Deep Dark. So, Thaumaturgy, Node Stabilizer, yeah, we'll grab that. Absolutely, so we've got a few of these, and we're still missing stuff for that. But I bought a whole bunch of this stuff. I've got a whole bunch more of these. So we've got the Essentia Distillation. That's going to be something we're going to be getting to very soon. The Metal Transmutation, I think we already have those. So, yeah, I hope I didn't double any of these up. But basically, we're going to have tons of stuff to go through now. I got a lot more research to do. Arcane Ear? Shh, do you hear something? Well, I had the goggles are revealing, so yeah, both of these are new. This is a minor forbidden knowledge. Interesting. So we're going to have tons of research notes to go through. But yeah, I guess one thing that I forgot to show here, if we look at our aspects in the table, you can see we've got tons of them. I have actually discovered every single aspect that we have. And some of these we have an obscene number of, like Potentia 227, the Machina 192, Metallum 264, 207 Perdicio, 252 Vitreous, just obscene numbers of some of these, 225 Terra. We still have a lot of things that we can scan, but we had some really big stuff coming from our machines. But like if we pull down the thermometer, you can see Obsidian, the Portal, the End Cake, Portal to the Deep Dark. I was really surprised I was able to scan that. The Bedrockium Drums gave us a lot. The Diamond Chest, Tesseracts gave us quite a bit. One of the ones that I was really happy to find was these solar panel level 6s. I have found out we can't get more than 64 of a single aspect in a research, but we've got 6 of them here that are all at 64. So one thing that I do want to do is make up another tier 6 solar panel and scan every one of those on the way up. But I'm going to do a little bit more research, maybe get some of those new research notes done, and I'll decide what I'm going to work on next. Well, I've been doing a little bit of work here on my applied energistic stuff. I went ahead and made myself one of these crafting units. This has got two 16K crafting storage and two 1K crafting storage. And then I have 4 crafting coprocessors as well. And here I have several of the molecular assemblers and ME interfaces. Now, what I've been setting up in these is the patterns for the solar panels. So I've got most of the stuff that I need for the solar panels in these, and yeah, it's working out pretty good. But even with adding a fifth of the tier 6 solar panels, I still am not getting enough power. So I've got 6 of these now, or 5 of the tier 6 ones, and we're still not building up any power really in our energy cells. It looks like we are finally starting to build up a little bit, but not much. So what I'd like to do right now is utilize some of our lava. So we have a lava generator down underneath the center of the base. It's producing huge amounts of lava, and we're not really using very much of it. So I want to make the lava generator, and I want to make it a 64 times one. So that's going to take a little bit of stuff. We're going to have to make 62 more of these regular generators. So let's go ahead and make that up real quick. So first off, we need to take some of our iron here, and we need to make a stack of blocks. Pretty simple. And I think pretty much everything else we should have on hand. We had 18 furnaces, so not quite enough furnaces. But whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. So there, now we've got plenty of furnaces. We'll go ahead and make up the rest of these. Yeah, we've got 64 of those total, even though, I guess actually we have 66. But so now we're going to go ahead and make this up, and it looks like we are missing our energy transfer nodes. So I'm going to have to make up 8 of these, and then I'm also going to have to make up one of the hyper energy transfer nodes, because I don't think we have any of those either. Let's just look there. So no, we don't have any of the hyper energy transfer nodes, so I'm going to have to make up a whole bunch of these, and I will be back in just a second. So I went ahead and made up 8 of these hyper energy transfer nodes. Now that took half of the stack of the regular transfer nodes that I made, but we should be fine. So we're going to go ahead and make up these. We'll drop these other lava generators in here. So we should be able to make 8 of those. We have 2 left over. And then we're going to make up the times 64 lava generator. Now this is going to use a lot of lava. It should produce 2,560 RF a tick. Right now we have about 1,400 buckets of lava in here. So if we drop this here and then put a pipe, I guess our pipe is right there. So we'll put a pipe right here to fill this thing with power. And now, yeah, we're producing an additional 2,560 RF a tick. You can see the lava is going down rather rapidly. We have a stack upgrade and a few speed upgrades in here just so that we can keep that filled. And yeah, we're losing lava now, no big deal though. But that will help supplement our power. This lava is also coming from our quarry. I had a little bit of an issue in the deep dark where the quarry got blown up, and so I had to replace it. Well, our Silk Touch upgrade got destroyed when it was blown up, and we were leaving a lot of lava and water behind, so I decided it was probably better to have the pump upgrade on the quarry instead of the Silk Touch. So we are getting cobblestone now instead of smooth stone from the quarry. But yeah, I think that's fine. We're getting plenty of stuff. We don't have to worry about silk touching it and trying to fortune it later. You can see we've got tons of diamonds, tons of emeralds. And then other things that need to be silk touch or don't need to be silk touched. There's no big deal on them. But so, producing more power, and that's something that I wanted to get going. And what on earth have we got going on here? I don't know. All that I know is we have tons of mobs over here that have not been killed. Well, looks like it's kind of getting that taken care of, so no problem. Ooh, and we have ourselves a new fluid cow. What's this one? Manulin. Nice. glue, aluminum brass, and aluminum brass. Well, I'm going to have to save those guys. So we'll try to get them here in a little while. And I guess, let's see, each fluid cow has a different, whatever aspect to it. Interesting. So that's good too. We can find all kinds of information about them. So I think it's time to get back into Thaumcraft. Now I want to be able to get a couple of our alchemic machines built. So I don't know, we may have to do a little research for that. So here we have deconstruction table. No, we're not looking for that. Node in a jar, no. Might be here. Doesn't really look like it. So this is all dealing with wands, so alchemy. So we're going to need to do a little bit of research here. Try to get some of this stuff figured out. So we already have the basic alchemy, the Crucible. So this is made just by putting down a cauldron and hitting it with a wand. So we shouldn't have any problems there. And then we can put in the various aspects to be able to make the balance shard. That's something we're going to need. Then we can smelt a balance shard into the Salus Mundus. So these are all going to be things that we're going to need later on. We already have some of these other things figured out. So I suppose we'll go ahead and get that Crucible set up. And I think we need a heat source underneath it, and one of the best heat sources we can use, I think, is the niter. But I think we have some cauldrons in here. Yep, we've got a whole bunch of them, actually. So we'll go ahead and grab that cauldron, and we'll see about getting the niter made as well. And I kind of feel like I want to get my applied energistics stuff out here because it is really a pain flying back there to grab my stuff all the time. So I guess I'm just going to place this down here real quick, and we'll turn that into the Crucible. And now I am going to do a little off-camera work, get that AE system over here, and then we will look at using this thing. So I have set up the Crucible here. Now the extra utilities, liquid transfer pipes, are able to fill this thing. That's really nice. So we have a water drum here with 221 buckets of water. I put lava underneath it for now that boils the water. Now in order to be able to produce the niter, we need 3 Ignis, 3 Potentia, and 3 Lux. So if we drop in these 3 coal and 6 torches, that will give us 6 of each of those. And if we look here now, no, that's not what I want to do. But so now what we do is we drop in our glowstone. And I think this is what we do, and there we go, niter. So we'll drop in the other glowstone dust, and we should get another one. No. What happened? I don't know. Ew. Icky. So that gave me flux flu. So that didn't quite work out. I should have dropped in both of the glowstone right away. But so this stuff, I'm not sure what we can do with it. I know I have seen other people use pistons to push stuff on top of it. I don't know, can we... There we go. So if we can place blocks on top of it, we can get rid of it. Oh, and I just had a cobblestone fall into there. There we go. So, yeah, that made the niter. We can make that, or put that in the place of the lava under here now if we want to. I think for now I'm just going to leave the lava under there. So that's the niter. The aluminum, this takes 3 Ignis, 3 Perdicio, and 3 Potentia. So and a piece of coal. So let's take a look and see if we can figure out what to use here. So we needed Perdicio, Potentia, Ignis. So we need to find something that has Perdicio in it. So we know that the coal will work for the Ignis and Potentia. And what do we have for Perdicio? So that may take a little while to find. Snowballs. We have not scanned those. Well, no time like the present. So that was a gellum. That's good. And actually, let's go ahead and scan a snow block while we're at it. And let's see here. Actually, to make a snow layer, I think it's like this, isn't it? Yes. No, snow pressure plate. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and scan one of those up. Why not? So let's go ahead and scan this. So that's 3 gellum. And that's 4. Nifty. So we got a little bit of stuff there. But I need to try to figure out what we can use for the Perdicio. And then we can make that alumentum. So I'll be back in just a bit. Well, cobblestone has Perdicio in it. It also has Terra, but we're not going to worry about that. So we're going to drop in those and those. And then we're going to drop in our 2 cobblestone. And we should have gotten 2 of those. Yep, so 2 alumentums. And we'll just leave that alone. So let's go ahead and scan this. Got a little bit of stuff there. So they don't quite match up to what it takes to make them. But so we've got those 2. I'm not sure what we're going to be using them for. The alumentum throbs with fiery energy. It's probably not a good idea to throw it against a solid surface unless you enjoy explosions. Interesting. So our next thing here is the Essentia Distillation. Now I don't remember, I think we have that. Yes, we have that research note here. So we're going to see if we can figure out this research note. So we've got the Limus, Aqua, and Precantatio. And as usual, this is going to take me a little while because I've got to sit here and go back and forth in my notebook. So let me figure this out and I will be right back. So not exactly an elegant solution, but it works. We went from Precantatio to Vacuous to Air, from the Limus to Aqua, and then we just had to go from Aqua to Air, which makes Tempestus. So yeah, that is pretty well taken care of. So now we have the Essentia Distillation. So in the future, you will definitely need to have ready access to multiple different kinds of aspects, not just primal aspects drawn from your wand. Using basic alchemical principles, you have devised a way to break down objects and convert them into essentia. The first step in this process requires an alchemical furnace. The alchemical furnace works much like a normal furnace by burning coal to produce heat. But instead of smelting ore into metal, it breaks down objects into a slurry of raw, unprocessed essentia. So we need to do this in an Arcane Workbench. So that's going to be the next thing that we need to make. So the Arcane Workbench. No, that's not where I want that. So let's see, do we have anything about the Arcane Workbench here, or do we need to just look that up? Let's see if there's anything here. Arcane Workbench. So no recipe there, so it's got to be somewhere here within the Thermo Nomicon. So maybe in here we have the node stabilizer. This seems to be all about nodes and wands and things. Basic information maybe? Deconstruction table. I don't know. Artifice. So we have the infusion. Okay, here we go. Arcane work table. So this is just a single table with the wand. So I think we have a table. No, we don't. So the table, I can't remember. I know it was slabs and stuff. So slabs and planks, and we don't have enough planks. And oddly enough, that's one that I have on AutoCraft, so we'll go ahead and set that up. There we go. So we need this. Not sure where I want to put it. You know, I think we're going to put it right here for now. And we'll hit this with our wand then, and there we go. Alright, so to make that Essentia distillation, or the Alchemical Furnace, we need Arcane Stone. So Arcane Stone, we need some type of a shard and some type of a stone in our Arcane Workbench. This takes 1 Terra and 1 Ignis. So let's go ahead and grab some smooth stone and some shards. And we have plenty of air shards, so we'll go ahead and use those. Shards in the middle, air around the outside, or stone around the outside. Because we don't have a decent wand and we don't have any decent armor or thaumaturge's robes or anything like that, it's going to cost us a little more, but that's okay. We'll make what we can here. And now we have insufficient V, so we will need to go and get some more V. So I'm going to head to the Nether real quick, fill my wand back up, be right back. Well, I kind of thought I was going to have a big problem here, but I figured it out. So I was looking here at the X asterisk Thaumcraft, and the Silverwood and the Great Wood. These are going to be a little bit of a problem for us, but what we need this for is we're trying to make the alembic for our furnace here. Well, in order to make the alembic, we need to be able to make V filters. Well, that takes gold ingots and silverwood planks. Well, we can't get silverwood planks unless we can make a silverwood tree. So I was kind of trying to figure out what in the heck we're supposed to do, because we can't get the alembic without the V filter. Well, then I happened across a little tidbit of information that we can make this with silk mesh from Ex Nihilo. So yeah, we only get 1 per craft here, but I think that should be a great deal plenty. So I also made up a couple of gold-banded wooden wands so that we can have some extra V to do things with. So I'm going to make up a whole bunch of these filters here, because we are going to need quite a few of these alembics. So it looks like there we'll get 10 total. So, oh, nope, insufficient V. So how many did we get? We got 5. So let's go ahead and set in the other gold-capped wand. That should make the other 5. And there we go. So making the gold-capped wands, you put gold nuggets in the Arcane Workbench here, just like we did with the iron nuggets for the iron-capped wand. But now we're going to go ahead and make the Arcane Furnace as well. So we needed the Crucible on top, a furnace here, and then we needed our Arcane Stone here, and then we'll use our iron-capped gold wand for this, or iron-capped wood wand for this, and we'll get our Alchemic Furnace. So we have enough of the alembics to make a couple of these now, but for now we're just going to set down the one. So we put down the Alchemic Furnace, and then we need to start setting alembics on top. So how do we make that alembic again? And please tell me that I don't need to go and get more V again. So we need iron ingots, a bucket, gold ingot, and the V filter. It takes 5 V each. How much do we have left here? We'll be able to make like 3 of them. So we need some iron, we already have the gold, and then we need buckets. So we'll just grab half a stack of buckets. So we had the V filters here, gold ingots here, bucket, iron ingots. Right? No, like that. Okay, so that will make the Arcane Alembic. We'll make as many of these as we can. We can get 3, and once again we're out of V. So, yeah, we're definitely in need of some more of that stuff. So, let's just go ahead and drop the rest of those buckets back in there. So apparently it does not keep the bucket. But so I'm going to set these alembics here on top of this. Okay, there we go. So I don't know if that's already good. I think it is. So I suppose to start out with here, we'll just take something very simple. Like, for instance, a zombie brain. We've got tons of those. And then we need coal for fuel. And we'll go ahead and set this in here. This should start distilling the zombie brains then, and we should get the various Essentia into the alembics here. So we need to make some glass files. So how do we do that? So the glass file is just some glass and clay, and that's just regular shaped crafting, so we can make up tons of those. So if I take this over here and right click on these, we are getting Essentia out of there. So we've gotten a couple of them, Examinus, Corpus, and Cognitio. So, yep, I think I'll just probably be cooking up a little bit of this stuff, and we'll just kind of go with what we get. But I'll go ahead and get a whole bunch of this stuff done up. I'll have to make some warded jars to store all of this, because next up we need to make the Runic Altar. So I'm going to get a whole bunch of Essentia, smelt it down, refill my wands, get some stuff set up, and I will be back. So I have 2 of the Alchemical Furnaces here with 5 alembics on each one. I've gotten tons and tons of the files of Essentia here. Hopefully we'll be able to use that for what we need later on. But right now I have tons of research notes to do, so I've been doing research here for, probably a couple hours. So I'm going to go ahead and add all of these in here. And I have gained some permanent warp and some regular warp. Oh, that's no good. So we'll add all of these, and now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Thermo Nomicon and see what else we have available. So this has added a lot of stuff here. We got the magical metallurgy. So now we have tons of other stuff. It looks like we can just purchase a lot of these. So we'll go ahead and purchase a lot of them. So we've got a whole bunch of that stuff done. So over here we still have a lot of this stuff that we need to take care of. But yeah, that took care of a lot of that stuff there. Now the big one that I want to get into is the energistics, and I have not done anything here, so I'm gonna have to get the Digissentia before I can really do that. But let's see, what else have we got? We had a bunch here in the thaumaturgy, or no, we didn't have anything in the thaumaturgy. The alchemy, that's where we had all those. Artifice, I think we had a couple in here. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to have to look into. The infusion is the next thing that I'm going to be trying to get into. So that's going to be coming up here soon. We're going to set up an arcane infusion table. And when I get the arcane infusion table, I'm going to want to have the ME system being able to supply this Essentia as soon as I possibly can. So yeah, I've got a lot of research to do here yet. I have been spending tons of time smelting this stuff down, so it does take a lot of time to do all of this wonderful Thaumcraft stuff. But I do think I am going to say that that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any tips about Thaumcraft, let me know those down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye!